Welcome to the Leonarda Jonienen Show. Today, we're going to be talking about retarded women, which some of you might say is redundant. But I guarantee you, we're not all retarded. Just some of us, especially those of us that have been totally had by the Marxist feminist agenda that has pretty much destroyed women's brains. I'm trying to warn other women who might be misled by goblins like this, okay? Rule number one, ladies, don't listen to an ugly woman. Got it? Ugly women are not to be trusted. They want to destroy you and your relationships because they're ugly. So they can't stand to see good-looking women prosper. So number one, you have to stop with the bullshit. Everybody's beautiful. Some people are ugly, okay? And it's like God's warning you, don't listen to this goblin. Number one. Number two, don't listen to fat women, which kind of ties into ugly, but not every fat woman is ugly, but a lot of ugly women are fat, okay? But just don't listen to fat women either. Fat women will always tell you the best way to lose weight, which already is like... So let's just take the...
If you want your wife to start walking around half naked again, then stop trying to jump her every time she is. My husband loves when I walk around in my underwear, but there was a time I couldn't even get dressed in the same room out of fear of being grabbed and fondled.
Was that time when you were younger and hotter? She's about to tell you that she trained her husband how to not touch her, and the truth is, she just got ugly and fat. That's actually what happened. And now she wants to make it like, oh, that was my idea. I didn't really like being touched and grabbed.
This is what he did to get me to act more like I did when we first started dating. First, he had to make me feel comfortable enough. Now, it's no secret. You love getting a little glimpse of your wife changing or showering, but do you always have to act like a little boy who just got the last cookie from the cookie jar? My husband stopped trying to jump me every single time I was half naked. My husband loves when I walk.
Once again, because you got ugly and fat. That's why. I don't know what you think you did. All right, let's just finish this up.
Being ready in front of the bathroom mirror. He stopped.
Just cheat, bro. Just cheat on her. Did you?
She said he stopped. I'm just going to mute him because I don't have the original video, but I want to talk about. I mean, this guy's fun. He stopped smothering me with his words and groping me every time I was getting ready in front of the mirror, grabbing my vagina on the outside of my clothes, or making sure I saw or felt his hard-on every time he got one. By the way, most women don't want any of this. Stop speaking for us. You're ugly. Don't tell me what I want. Show more confidence and less desperation. Bro, I really hope to God that this woman's not actually married. And if she is married, I don't know, man, that poor guy has been totally beat down by a below mid. Let's zoom in on that. I mean, look at that, huh? Look at that. She's talking about to the guy be less desperate and more confident. Where are you getting where are these ugly women getting their confidence from? I want to know. Seriously. Fat women, I know, they get their confidence from black dudes and Puerto Ricans hitting on them. But ugly women, what is it? Is it the Mexicans that are coming in and hitting on you that make you think you're special? Mexicans can't see your face because they can't recognize different faces on white people, just the same way we can't recognize different faces on them. So they just see blonde hair. They think she must be hot. Okay, she says this thing, which is the most ridiculous thing ever. She says, no woman likes to see your heart on every... That's a lie, dude. Now, if I'm riding the subway and some grizzled, mentally ill, homeless guy wants to show me his heart on, no, I don't want to see that. But my husband, the one that I married, the one that I'm supposed to be attracted to, the one who's supposed to be attracted to me, yeah, I want to see his heart on. I want to know that he still gets hot for me. I want to know that I'm still attractive to him. How can that be a bad thing? This is what happens when women don't have any problems. They have to invent them. She literally has everything. How do I know? Look at the sleeve tattoos. She probably runs some bake shop in a liberal town like Portland that charges $7 for a cupcake, totally detached from reality. So now she's got to invent problems. My husband gropes me too much. I don't think she's attracted to her husband. That's what I think the problem is. I don't think she's attracted to her husband, and she doesn't want his sexual advances. So she's going to make up this story for manipulation, by the way. Hey, if you want me to start walking around naked again, stop groping me. Well, what's the point then? What is he supposed to do? It's just about power and control. I just want you to know. This is about women needing to beat down men, needing to make them feel small, because there's something she doesn't want to be with him. Okay, here we go. I'm going to let it out here, okay? Because this kind of shit pisses me off. There are a lot of women who marry dudes because they provide a kind of financial security for them. And I'm not saying there's something wrong, right? Because this is a natural dynamic, right? Men marry women for the biological opportunity that they create for them to have their kids under the assumption that you're going to be loyal to them, which even that's going out the window now, right? So that they can trust that their kids are theirs, right? And women marry men who can provide for the offspring that they're going to give them, okay? Very natural for a woman to not want a loser. So let's not throw the baby out with the bathwater. It's important for women to find a good, stable man who can provide for them. However, we have a grossly materialistic culture, and everything is so inflated price-wise that now women have completely disregarded any other kind of concerns and are just looking at how much money can this person provide me. So this happens a lot. You have a lot of chicks in their young age just banging everything along the way, right? And a lot of it is because of propaganda that they've downloaded into their brains that tells them that if they want to be liberated, they need to be free whores, right? At least whores charge money for giving their body away. You are doing it for 2 drinks. Once they get through with that, they go, oh shit, I need to find a man who's going to not cheat on me and is going to be there around. And then they'll usually pick a guy who's not a winner, but's got stability and financial stability that he can provide. So that means they're usually not very sexually attracted to the guy, and they're willing to put up with it for the money. So it's just another class of prostitution, right? Then what happens, right? What they'll put out in the beginning, right? They're selling the product and all that. Then they get married, they're locked in, and they're like, don't touch me. I don't want you to touch me, because you have a deep hatred of your man and a resentment. You resent him because you think he's pathetic and weak because he didn't see through your little act that you're just using him for his money. It's pretty gross, actually. It's pretty freaking gross. So when women react like this to a man, it's usually a man that they got into a relationship with for some other reason than love and attraction. That's the truth. That's the fucking truth, okay? Because when you love your man, you want him to touch you because you want to know that he desires you. Women, we can't really build our self-esteem by ourselves. We can't. Sorry, I know, we can't. That's why we're social creatures. We need social approval. We need that to make us feel good. That's why hot women usually have higher confidence than ugly women. Now, we live in an inverted society that praises ugly, fat lesbians. But aside from that, the truth of the matter is that usually the more attention you get from society as a woman for your beauty, the higher your confidence is. This is why ugly women like this will attack beautiful women. They're trying to take them down. Okay? Then she says this thing. Stop groping me. Stop smothering me with his words. That's such a female thing to say. You're smothering me with your words. The words that say, I love you and I'm attracted to you and you're what I want and that's why I married you. Those, smothering me with his words. You're a whore. You don't deserve a stable man. You deserve to be ran through for the rest of your life, just like you were in your early 20s. Let your sleeve tattoo tell us. She's going to leave this guy. She's going to leave him. That's what's going to happen. You know, the poor guy is going to put up with, men put up with a lot. I'm just going to tell you this. Men are usually not the ones that end relationships. They are usually the ones that cheat, although in this modern age, everybody's doing it. Men will cheat because they'll feel like they need to go get their physical needs met, but they don't want to leave their woman. They have a strong sense of loyalty. They're like dogs. They're very loyal. Okay? So he's going to put up with all this stuff, and we live in this, feminist tyranny, which doesn't afford him any rights. And also makes him feel like he needs to cater to every one of his wife's whims or he's going to lose her. This is a mistake, guys. This is a mistake. You need to have clear boundaries and you need to let her know, I'm going to grope you anytime you want. If you don't like it, go pay rent somewhere. Within reason. Okay? Obviously, if your wife's sick or she's sad or something, you got to control yourself. Okay? Obviously. And I'm, being a little facetious. But this idea that, here's this other thing she said. It's so pathetic and patronizing. Here we go, okay? Let's just watch this part one more time.
No secret. You love getting a little glimpse of your wife changing or showering, but do you always have to act like a little boy who just...
Yes! Yes, because he's so excited he got you. Men are visual creatures. Women can't understand this. Women, we're not really visual creatures. And I can't blame us. Have you ever seen balls? They're nothing to look at. It's nothing good. Men's bodies, they're lumpy and weird. Women, we have a shape, we have a form, we have a self most of the time. Some of you are eating yourselves into oblivion. Let's cut that out. But women, naturally, they have this, it's called feminine beauty. It projects fertility, all the things of life. And men love that. They've been biologically programmed to be visually stimulated. Thank God. Thank God. Because women, we can't handle rejection. Imagine if you got naked and your husband was like, oh, can you put some clothes on? Then you would feel bad. Then we'd have a whole other video about how your husband's taking down your self-esteem. See, your husband gave you too much self-esteem. Now, what you don't understand is your husband knows that you're ugly. He just loves you, so he's never going to tell you that. And he's grown to love you so much that you become attractive in his eyes. And he is showing you that through his affection and his attention. And you're shaming him for that? You deserve the life of lesbian cat solitude that's coming to you.
Just got the last cookie from the cookie jar. My
Yeah.
husband stopped trying to jump me every single time I was half naked.
Yeah, because you got ugly and fat. That's it. Yep. Because you got ugly and fat. Now you're going to pretend like it's because you came up with a whole plan and you talked to him and you made him respect you. Nope. You're just ugly and fat. And those tattoos don't look so good on you anymore because you're not 25. That's what it is. And you're out here trying to give a bunch of advice to a bunch of other men so they can also become losers, like the way you've beaten down your husband, and they can stop groping their beautiful wives. And then it can be a normal thing that men don't do that. It's not just because you got ugly and fat. It's because you've taught men how to behave. Yeah, men don't grope women and lust after them because it's a natural male instinct that has propagated the survival of species. No, they're doing it because of toxic masculinity, and they haven't been taught any better. Women need to stop trying to teach men things, first of all. Okay, here's another one. I was married, by the way, everybody, Garbage Human, great account. He's got a lot of funny stuff he posts. I was married for 15 years. Only after our divorce did I realize I'd never consented to sex. Now, this sounds like it should be a satirical article, okay? But this right here is why people are not believing women anymore. When you say shit like this, when a woman actually gets attacked in that department, people don't believe her anymore. People want to think all women are liars. People want to think all women make stuff up. This is crazy. You need to be locked up. You never consented to... Give me a break, okay? And the truth of the matter is, women don't like to initiate sex, okay? They don't. Part of the seduction is the man desiring you so much that he makes an effort and makes a move. That's part of a woman's aphrodisiac. That's what it is. Now, sometimes, it's true, we got biology too. Stuff starts happening, we're like, hey, right? The way a woman initiates sex, she just gives him a little glimpse of something. That's it. She doesn't. Women don't do all the think about it, ladies. Think about it. Think about how much effort your man has to put up on a regular basis to get you in the mood. Think about it. And think about if you would do the same the other way around. You don't have to think about it. Think about how many times you've given your husband a little hint and he didn't pick it up and you were like, forget it. Forget it. I'm not putting myself in that position to be rejected. Okay? Meanwhile, your man's got to be all like, ooh, I love you, kisses, hugs, this. And you're like, stop it, I'm going to go to sleep. Stop it, I'm tired. Stop. You're being and then eventually you're like, all right. But, that's part of the dance. Okay? But if it was the other way around, the first time he goes, oh, I'm kind of tired, you're like, why doesn't he love me anymore? You start crying, weeping, thinking you're ugly, okay? So you can't be saying, whole feminist liberal ideology that is like a mind virus into women's brains and makes them just turn into the worst kind of people towards their husbands and their partners. This has to go. This is what happens when women don't have any real problems. They have to invent them, okay? 100 years ago, when our grandmothers were washing clothes by hand, dealing with losing babies to illnesses, dealing with real problems, having to farm and milk the animals, they weren't sitting around with free time, idle time, to come up with things that are problems, okay?